Welcome to Beyond 10, where we dive deeper than your average top 10 list. I'm Aiden Reese, and today we're exploring animal kingdoms, top 10 animals with bizarre defense mechanisms. Get ready for the most fascinating, bizarre, and mind-blowing facts about the animal kingdom. Let's begin. Number 10. Japanese pufferfish. The pufferfish takes the childhood defense tactic of making yourself look bigger to a spectacular extreme. When threatened, this unassuming fish transforms from a regular swimming snack into a spiky, floating balloon of doom in seconds. By rapidly gulping water, or air if removed from water, into a special stretchy stomach, the puffer can expand to 3 times its normal size, simultaneously erecting dozens of sharp spines that normally lie flat against its body. As if that weren't enough, almost all puffer species contain tetrodotoxin, a neurotoxin up to 1,200 times more potent than cyanide. Just one pufferfish contains enough toxin to kill 30 adult humans with no known antidote. Bizarrely, the fish don't produce this toxin themselves. They acquire it from bacteria in their diet and store it in their organs. Even stranger, pufferfish is considered a delicacy in Japan, called fugu, where specially licensed chefs train for years to prepare it safely, deliberately leaving trace amounts of toxin to create a tingling sensation and mild euphoria in diners. It's literally the only food that people pay hundreds of dollars to almost get poisoned by. Number 9. Opossum. The phrase, playing possum, comes from one of nature's most Oscar-worthy performances. When threatened, the opossum doesn't simply play dead. It stages an elaborate, physiologically complex death scene that would impress any Hollywood director. When confronted by a predator, this marsupial will fall onto its side, open its mouth, let its tongue hang out, empty its bowels, secrete a putrid green substance from its anal glands, and even slow its heart rate to almost imperceptible levels. This comatose state can last from 40 minutes to several hours, during which the opossum appears so convincingly deceased that most predators lose interest. After all, many predators prefer fresh kills to carrion. What's particularly remarkable is that this isn't a conscious act, but an involuntary physiological response triggered by extreme fear, meaning the opossum quite literally scares itself into a death-like trance. Perhaps most impressively, opossums have partial immunity to snake venom and rarely contract rabies due to their unusually low body temperature, making them one of nature's most unexpectedly resilient creatures, despite their reputation for playing dead. Number 8. Wood frog. The wood frog takes playing dead to an entirely new level. It literally freezes solid for months at a time, with no heartbeat, no brain activity, and no breathing. Native to Alaska and northern regions, these remarkable amphibians have mastered the art of turning into frog cycles. When winter approaches, they burrow into leaf litter and allow up to 65% of their entire body to freeze completely solid. Their hearts stop beating, their blood stops flowing, and ice crystals form between their cells. For all practical purposes, they are dead. The secret to their resurrection lies in their liver, which pumps massive amounts of glucose into their tissues, essentially creating a natural antifreeze that prevents their cells from dehydrating as ice forms around them. When spring arrives, they simply thaw out and hop away within hours, completely unharmed by an experience that would kill almost any other vertebrate. Scientists studying this remarkable ability hope it might someday help preserve human organs for transplantation or even aid long-term space travel. It's like a natural version of cryogenic freezing that works perfectly every time. Number 7. Tennessee fainting goat. In what might be the most counterintuitive defense mechanism in the animal kingdom, the Tennessee fainting goat responds to fear by completely freezing up and falling over. When startled, these goats suffer from a genetic condition called myotonia congenita, which causes their muscles to seize up for roughly 10 seconds. While their brain remains fully alert, their rigid muscles cause them to topple sideways like furry, wide-eyed statues. This peculiar response evolved as a survival strategy for herds. When predators approach, some goats freeze and fall, essentially sacrificing themselves while allowing the rest of the herd to escape. Farmers actually bred these goats specifically for this trait in the 1800s, using them as sacrificial bait to protect more valuable livestock from predators. What's particularly strange is that the goats show no signs of distress during these episodes. They simply wait for muscle function to return, then hop back up as if nothing happened. Their condition has even inspired medical research into human muscle disorders, making these fainting goats both an evolutionary oddity and unexpectedly important to medical science. Number 6. Malaysian exploding ant. Some ants die for their colony, but Malaysian exploding ants take this sacrifice to a spectacularly messy extreme. When their colony is threatened, special soldier ants deliberately rupture their own bodies by contracting their abdominal muscles so violently that they burst open, spraying a toxic yellow glue in all directions. This sticky, corrosive substance immobilizes predators and smells like curry. Yes, really, it contains compounds similar to those in curry spices. The fatal explosion is triggered when specialized glands in the ant's body mix chemicals that were previously kept separate, creating a reaction that literally tears the ant apart from the inside. What's particularly disturbing is how these ants seem to choose the perfect moment for maximum effect, often waiting until they're directly on top of or surrounded by enemies before detonating. Scientists call this extreme form of altruistic suicide autothesis, and these tiny kamikaze insects represent one of the most dramatic examples of evolutionary self-sacrifice for the greater good, proving that sometimes the best defense is a spectacularly messy offense. We're halfway through our countdown, and things are about to get even more incredible. If you're enjoying this journey through top 10 animals with bizarre defense mechanisms, make sure to hit subscribe and that notification bell so you never miss our weekly deep dives into the world's most fascinating subjects. Number 5. Bombardier beetle. Imagine a tiny insect with a built-in chemical weapon so sophisticated it would make military engineers jealous. The bombardier beetle packs a defensive punch that's literally explosive. It mixes two chemicals in a specialized chamber in its abdomen, creating a violent exothermic reaction reaching nearly 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius. When threatened, the beetle aims its abdominal tip at the attacker and releases a high-pressure spray of boiling, caustic chemicals with a loud popping sound. This chemical blast can be fired rapidly up to 20 times in succession with pinpoint accuracy, and the beetle can even rotate its abdominal tip 270 degrees to target predators from nearly any direction. What's most impressive is the beetle's internal combustion chamber, coated with special heat-resistant proteins. Without this coating, the insect would effectively cook itself from the inside. Scientists studying this remarkable defense have used it to inspire designs for automotive engines, spray technologies, and fire extinguishers. Essentially, this little beetle walks around with a controlled bomb in its butt and has mastered using it without self-destruction. Number 4. Sea cucumber. Imagine if your strategy for avoiding danger was to vomit your internal organs at your attacker. Welcome to the bizarre world of the sea cucumber. When threatened, these marine animals perform one of nature's most disturbing magic tricks. They violently contract their muscles and expel their own intestines, along with a series of sticky toxic threads called Cuvierian tubules through their rear end. These sticky tubes entangle predators while the toxins paralyze them. But wait, there's more. After escaping, the sea cucumber simply grows new organs within a few weeks, as if ejecting half your body were no big deal. Some species take this defense mechanism even further by harboring toxic compounds that make their entire bodies poisonous to predators. Perhaps most impressively, certain sea cucumbers can essentially liquefy their bodies to pour themselves into tiny cracks and crevices, then re-solidify once safe inside. It's like having the combined superpowers of Wolverine's healing factor and Mystique's shape-shifting, all in a creature that looks like an aquatic potato. Number 3. Hagfish. The hagfish might just win the award for most disgusting defense mechanism in the animal kingdom. When threatened, this eel-like creature produces a small amount of slime from glands along its body. But don't be fooled, this small amount expands to 10,000 times its original volume on contact with seawater, creating nearly 5 gallons of slippery, fibrous goo in less than half a second. This slime is so effective, it can clog the gills of any fish that tries to eat the hagfish, forcing predators to either retreat or suffocate. The slime contains thread-like proteins that, pound for pound, are stronger than nylon and almost as strong as spider silk. Perhaps most impressively, when the hagfish gets caught in its own slime, an occupational hazard of being disgustingly slimy, it escapes by tying itself into a literal knot and sliding the knot down its body to scrape off the excess slime. It's the only animal known to effectively tie and untie itself. Marine biologists are now studying hagfish slime for applications ranging from sustainable fabrics to military defense. Number 2. Horned lizard. Imagine you're a predator eyeing a tasty lizard snack, when suddenly your prey shoots actual blood from its eyes directly at your face. The horned lizard pulls off this horror movie defense by restricting blood flow from its head, causing blood vessels near its eyes to swell and eventually rupture. The resulting stream can shoot up to 5 feet and contains chemicals that are particularly foul-tasting to canine predators like foxes and coyotes. What's even more bizarre is the precision of this bloody counterattack. The lizard can aim this ocular artillery with remarkable accuracy, targeting the predator's mouth and eyes. If that weren't enough, these walking pine cones also have a backup defense. They can inflate themselves like spiky balloons, making them nearly impossible to swallow. Some species can even wedge themselves so tightly into rock crevices using this inflation technique that predators can't pull them out without tearing them apart. It's like having both a built-in pepper spray and an instant fortress. Number 1. Hairy frog. Meet nature's own Wolverine. The hairy frog of Central Africa literally breaks its own bones to create claws when threatened. When this unassuming amphibian feels endangered, it contracts special muscles connected to the bones in its toes. The contraction is so forceful that it breaks the bone, which then pierces through the skin to create sharp, cat-like claws. Even more incredibly, once the danger passes, the frog can somehow retract these bones back into position and heal the wounds. Scientists remain baffled about exactly how the healing process works so quickly. As if self-mutilation wasn't enough, male hairy frogs develop hair-like strands on their bodies during breeding season, hence the name, which actually serve as additional breathing structures to help them stay underwater longer while guarding their eggs. Talk about commitment to parenting. These dads literally grow new organs and break their own bones to protect their offspring. And there you have it, the top 10 animals with bizarre defense mechanisms. Which one surprised you the most? Drop a comment below with your thoughts or suggestions for future topics you'd like us to explore. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and check out our other playlists covering everything from mind-bending science to dark psychology and unsettling technology. This is Beyond 10, where we don't just list facts, we uncover the extraordinary stories behind them. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, the most interesting things in life deserve to be ranked.